I think we're in a simulation, y'all. Boom, 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 boom. But it doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter if we're in a simulation. Doesn't matter. Does that change your day-to-day? Is my mic on? My mic is on. Music's probably too loud. Nope, I see happy faces. I'm not supposed to see happy faces. No, turn the music down. I can't hear me. Are we in a simulation? Is your life a lie? I need to see angry faces because you start finding out your life is a lie. It's supposed to upset you. I have to be honest and say, us being in a simulation doesn't change what I'm supposed to do. I've always had some spirituality. Now, mind you, it was kind of guided. I got to make some shifts now that I realize we're in a simulation. Hang on. For YouTube. Good morning, everybody. Good morning, Jennifer. Good morning, Robin. Oh, please don't do that talk about simulation stuff. It's so ridiculous, isn't it, John? Ain't science annoying? John, give me some angry faces. I need some angry faces, John. I need angry faces from John right now. This is who I need to talk to. Absolutely. Enjoy each moment, sim and not. Absolutely. Good morning. Good morning, Lori, Ivana, Angela, Cindy. I'm looking at the wrong screen. That's my eyes. I don't see no angry faces, John. Man, you messing up. Where my angry faces? Supposed to be upset. We're not in a simulation. Damn it. Oh, I think it's important. I do. Hang on, let me share. I'm not running my mouth. I need to share it out. I gotta share. So for me, yeah, it matters if we're in a simulation. Why? Because what if we are in somebody else's game? Do we give two damns what the rules are? That's my question. So we can live in a simulation. You might want to know that programmer. That's all I'm saying. Might want to figure it out. Might just want to know the rules. You might want to know what that programmer wants. If we are sitting in somebody else's simulation and now across sciences with an S, they're starting to all agree. Elon Musk, some of the smartest people of our time. If there is a programmer for all of this mess, you just might want to talk to that brother. You might be a sister. You may not want to be hurting women. You know what I mean? Like, you might want to show a little more respect. You have no idea. We are just starting to now figure out that we're in a simulation. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. You just might want to do a little homework. All right, let me share it out. I'm off running my mouth. Good morning, Elizabeth. Has anybody looked at simulation theory? I posted a great documentary on this. Fantastic, phenomenal. Hang on, I didn't share this out to any pages at all because it's exciting to me. It makes perfect sense. We are in a simulation. We totally are. Are you on Facebook? Why are you on Facebook? Is Facebook simulating something? What are the most popular games on the planet? Simulators. There's something about reality that we just don't like. There's something about living and doing things in a simulation a little more interesting. See, you could be in your garden right now. You're not, are you? Some of y'all are. No, you're not. Brother Gown used to be, rest in peace. He used to be out there farming, listening to me, but you know, he's now in that next dimension. He's on the next level. I don't think people ever die. I think they just change energy forms. But I think we're in a simulation. I totally do. I want to hear from people who think we're not. We have to look at some of the science. I think The Matrix was a documentary. I think it explained, but there are a lot of them. There's Matrix, Apex. There are a lot of movies that kind of demonstrated the theories behind what quantum physics and the research are uncovering, showing us. But you don't have to go through all of it like I went through. I like this. I like to merge science and religion because they're the same damn thing in my head, the way things work. I used to say God is a great scientist, but I guess maybe God is just a programmer. That's all. The Big Bang was turned on a laptop. Because every time you turn your laptop, whatever device you're on right now, if you're on your mobile device or your laptop, you just did a big bang when you turned that sucker on. That was a big bang. Boom! And things got created out of nothing. Big Bang Theory. Also, you can call it creation. Same damn thing. Death is just a transfer of energy. Yes, it is, Daniel. Yes, it is. Is everybody familiar with simulation theory? Maybe we'll take a little quick peek at a piece of it. But outside of all the research, I don't really need to see all the research. All you need is one thing to prove that reality isn't real. That's quantum entanglement. End of discussion. That's it. Quantum entanglement. We don't have to go into the nocebo effect, the placebo effect. And the quantum physics, was it the wave particle experiment? You don't have to go there. You don't even have to go there. Oh, you had me at placebo. Mind over matter. What does that mean? That means that you are a program and everything around you is a program, and you're writing programs and you're changing your reality just with your thoughts. This is what religion told you. Not religion, spirituality. Religion, that's how they broke it. I think they broke spirituality and religion. All right, let me play some music. Let's get the rolling. Keep them doggies rolling. Oh, my butt is hot and swollen, raw hot. It's hot here. Oh man, it's 100 and, well, it was 110. Good morning, everybody. Good morning. All right. I'm the Matrix. Yes, Dan. You want to be a glitch, but well, wait a minute. Do you want to be a glitch? If this is a simulation, do you want to be a glitch? I used to be a programmer, Daniel. I still am, but I did it for a living. I don't do it for a living now. Hell no, not for these bastards. Not for these corporations and governments. Hell no, they need to go away. But do you want to be a glitch? If you were a glitch, you didn't want to be around me. You did not want to be a glitch on any software my team had to deliver to make money to pay the mortgages, to put food in the bellies of kids. You did not want to be a glitch. Oh, we were good with glitches. Do you want to be a glitch in the Matrix? Or maybe it's which Matrix you're a glitch in. Because there are matrices upon matrices and simulations upon simulations. Just being born as an American, you're in a matrix, right? That's a simulation. They simulate the world where they indoctrinate you to think that America's perfect. Everything we do is okie dokie, hunky dory, and all of that stuff. We have the best education system. We have the best pharmaceutical industry. We have everything. Because let's get back to the discussion we had on the Matrix, right? Everything is the Matrix. There are multiple levels of matrices. Why? Because it's beneficial to have matrices. Same way it's beneficial to have a simulation. Same way it's beneficial for you to be on Facebook instead of working in your slavery job right now. For a lot of reasons. We create simulations all the time. And as above, so below. Are we in a simulation? And if we are in a simulation, should that change your day-to-day? I mean, to me, it doesn't change what I do, but it changes how I think, right? All right, let's start off in a video, give a good description of simulation theory. The smartest minds on our planet think so. And, I tend to lean to people doing the experiments who are bringing up questions.
Welcome to the simulation hypothesis.
Have you ever had a dream, Neo, that you were so sure was real? What if you were unable to wake from that dream? How would you know the difference between the dream world and the real world?
What if you woke up one day and discovered that everything you've always taken for granted is not what it seems at all? What you thought was reality is actually a simulation, a very complex, sophisticated illusion that you live inside of. Even solid matter itself is no more real than, say, a rock that you would pick up in a dream. And not only are you living in a simulation, but it's being generated by a system that you can contact with your mind and actually change the simulation itself, in effect, hacking the universe. What would you do to change the world? Well, recent scientific discoveries are strongly suggesting that this is the case, that we live inside a simulation, and that we, as observers, have a demonstrable power over it.
I heard something. Makes me want to stop and think a little bit. I think a lot of these movies were stories. I think a lot of it was basically stuff to try to get you to think. I think some people are keyed in on some of it and some aren't. But the word hacker, now I find that to be interesting, right? Because you have the programmer. I don't care what you call it, like that saying goes. Don't be so confused fighting over the messenger that you lose the message. Don't be so confused fighting over what you call the programmer and forget what the rules of the game are. Hackers. Who would the hackers be in that example? And to me, when I think about it, I think about people who keep secrets from you, right? Because you don't have to be a programmer to have immense power in this simulation. All you need is a glitch to become a hacker, and you can control the others. You remember the movie The Matrix? Let me see if I can find shot in The Matrix. Remember in The Matrix, there was this wasn't a hacker, these were the agents, right? They had the ability to do certain, what was the scene? Where they controlled Neo's mouth. Remember that one? Where they kind of demonstrated to Neo their power. If you have hackers, and let's just do Neo's mouth. You remember that scene? If you have hackers and they learn how to control certain aspects of the program where it glitches, those people become gods, don't they? They could become little g gods. Seemingly, if you're a government, it always tends to go back to the lords and kings who want power over people. If they have the ability to do certain things that you can't, that would make them all powerful. That wouldn't make them the programmer, wouldn't make them God, but it damn sure would get them close if there were glitches. If they uncovered things that the ancient Egyptians knew, or the Aborigines, or the Native Americans, or any of the other creatures, people from that carried on information, maybe from a previous civilization before we were wiped out, or perhaps they got hints from other little g gods, or maybe from the actual programmer. Information is knowledge. Let me ask you this. So, I always like the superhero thing. I love the mutant thing. What mutant power is completely scientifically unplausible right now? What mutant? What superhero? What flying, X-ray vision, lifting up boulders and throwing them, having a Man of Steel? What's the Man of Steel? Luke Cage having that, Electronic Man, and all these Superwoman. Which one of those actually can't be done if the placebo effect is real? Which one? Is it important if we live in a simulation? Is it important to let elites uncover this? Is it important to let them have the top minds and scientists working on the projects that they want, not ones that humans need? Let me ask you a question. Do the best scientists bubble to the top of things? Are the smartest scientists in the world Neil deGrasse Tyson, and Elon Musk's, and Stephen Hawking's, and Bill Jobs? Are they the smartest people on the planet? Are they the smartest scientists working on the things that we need them to? Well, how I think about it, looking back at history, I have to say no, they're not. They're not. I would say that they are the smartest scientists who operated within the realms of what their state allowed them to, right? Because if Neil deGrasse Tyson was a Nikola Tesla, would he be at the Hayden Observatory? I like the brother. I like most of what he has to say. Don't agree all the time, but I like most of what he has to say. Would Stephen Hawkins have gotten to the point he did if he operated on a human level, not on a okay with the American government level? See, I think the greatest minds actually were murdered. I think the greatest minds are killed. The greatest minds are pushed into obscurity like you would a Nikola Tesla, someone who was actually trying to fix the world, someone who's trying to reveal some of the hacks into the glitches within the matrix. Doesn't matter if we're in a simulation. See, I think it does. I think it does. I think it's very important. I think it's very important that we know what the rules of the game are. We know what the possibilities are, and not we just sit back and let those who control us, those who own us, uncover the things that we need to know. Good morning, everybody. That's my question. Trial runs on mankind Wait a minute. Trial runs on mankind, that kind of simulation, yes. Like a computer simulation, definitely not happening. I'd have to tell you that John, spending a couple decades in software engineering, that the theories and the experiments that they're coming up with, I have to tell you that we absolutely are. We absolutely are. And so I'm just going to stick with the quantum entanglement. The fact that you right now are quantumly entangled with every other thing in the universe right now. That distance actually isn't real. That time isn't actually even real. Because if you are quantumly entangled, in which we know you are based on the experiments already done in various laboratories around the world, it means that there actually is no distance. And if there's no distance, what does that mean? It means that you're in memory. You're in a memory of sorts. An example, hang on, let's do this. I'm gonna take you to another. Let's go back to the arcade. I love the arcade example. Let's go back. I used to play a game when I was a kid. Why? Because we didn't like the real world, so we'd go to the arcade to get away from the real world, the same way that something made this simulation, right? Because the simulation, you can make your own world. You have to deal with the world that you're in, right? Same way that 60% of the women in our nation are on antidepressants. Why? Because they got to make this world work, because what we engineered sucks. And just to get up in the morning, they got to take drugs that deal with this crap, living in being a matriarch, living in a patriarchal design world. So hell yeah, they need to cover it up because they don't have a simulation they can. But when they can, do they? Hell yeah, they do, because we do. Like, we ran to the arcade. Actually, Mama dropped us off. Sometimes we rode our bikes, but we couldn't wait to get to the arcade. Why? We didn't want to have to deal with that world. Hell no. We had to go to school Monday through Friday. 7 o'clock to 3 o'clock. You know how much? That's horrible. Making a child sit down and look at a damn chalkboard and then hell no. That was horrible. We couldn't wait to run to the simulation. Saturday came, shoot, Mama gave us $1.25. And each game costs a quarter. I had to be there with the rich kids. They play all day. I had to make my coins count, boy. I'd pick and choose. I could play about a game an hour, then I'd watch other kids play for a little while. We love simulations. We hate the real world. So as above, so below. So creatures are always creating simulations, but distance doesn't exist. So in this example, where the hell Dig Dug at? Here, hang on. Y'all remember Dig Dug? I know the kids. The young people can't even look at this like, you used to play games with 4 colors, man? What the hell is wrong with you? That's not a pixel, that's a block. I know, we it's technology. The kids, just go with me. Just like, that's not a game? Games are supposed to look like real life, because we're always making simulators. And if you ever look at the kids' game, oh my goodness, they're amazing. But look, so here go Dig Dug right here. See, this is Dig Dug, and that's a rock. See, what Dig does, that he digs tunnels. Everywhere he goes, he digs a tunnel, and his little monsters, let's call them the CIA and FBI. Let's hit the monsters right here. Let's call them the government. They're trying to kill Dig Dug. And so his goal, he'll dig up under a rock and move out the way, then the rock will fall and kill government. I mean, CIA. I mean the monsters. But in terms of distance, right? Like, he's moving around. To Dig Dug, is he here or is he there? And can he instantly go from here back to where he came in here? No, he can't. It takes him time. Why? Because those are the rules of the game. He's got to walk and he's got to dig, and he can only go a certain distance at a certain time. But the reality is, he is quantum entangled with that distance right there. Like, you are quantumly entangled with Alpha Centauri right now. There's no distance between you. He's just living within the rules. This is why it matters if you're in a simulation, because if you're in a simulation and you know what the rules are, and there are glitches and there are hack potentials, there's no distance. See, he is in memory. There's literally no distance between him and there. There's no distance between you and another universe, because the CPU is running the memory and you are existent in the memory. There is no distance, but you don't know how to program. That's why I think it's important. That's why I think it's highly important that we listen to the modern scientists right now, because of the hackers. The hackers will be flying soon if they're not already flying. They would be invisible. They would do all the things that Thoth did. They would do all the things that Jesus did. They would do all the things that Muhammad did. They do all the things that happen all throughout the Mahabharata and the Sanskrit texts. right? They would do all the mythology things. They could do all the things the Greek gods did. Doesn't matter if we're in a simulation. I kind of think it does. And just coming from IT and the programmer mindset, I can tell you that it makes perfectly good sense. You know, the boundaries are only within your minds. And then they say when you go to sleep, that you're kind of in tune with more of the software, that you actually are writing your program. And this is where I kind of think it makes sense. And this is why the placebo effect is so important. Because if your mind can change your biology and make you not sick anymore, isn't it a little important to actually know that that actually is true and that we can control illness, that you don't actually have to die of cancer. You don't have to die of lung disease. You may not have to die right now. That the wrinkles in your body have a lot to do with the nocebo effect, right? This whole thing of counting age. Who was it posted something yesterday? Susan, how she doesn't count age anymore. And most women I know, they're all 29. Not a day over 29, damn it. I know, they try, but it's hard when you live around other people who are counting and they really know their age. Because when other people, so it's like the placebo effect, right? Do everybody know what that is? When you take the pill, they give the pill to a bunch of different people, the medicine that will cause a certain chemical and biological effect to supposedly heal them. And then they'll give someone else a sugar pill. Or the other people who they give the sugar pill heal as fast as the people they gave the medicine to, because they think they actually got it. And so they're really literally writing a program that's healing their body and their body responds to it. The nocebo effect is reversed. When you count your ages up, you're like, I'm 55, I probably should have wrinkles now. Guess what happens? Boom, wrinkles. Oh, I'm 62, I probably should start having hip problems. Oh, hip problems. Why? Because all my friends at 62 started having hip problems. And so all of this is real. When you're says, you know what, you only got 4 months to live, guess what's going to happen? You're going to believe it. Why? Because they have a lab coat. Doctors don't lie. They tell the truth all the time. They're not human. They tell the truth all the time. And they tell you you're going to die within 4 months. You might make it to 3. You'll be happy if you see 5. But you actually believe them, you're going to die. So it doesn't matter if we're in a simulation. I think it does. I think it does. Belief is powerful. Yes, belief is powerful, Lord. Belief is everything. If mind over matter is true, that there actually is no matter and it's all mind, that your mind actually is wave energy and it can affect every other wave, that's all matter. It means you can lift up blocks and build pyramids. It means you can heal your own body. I think that's kind of important. I think that means that every mutant you see on Marvel Comics could be real. If you could figure that out. Now, I ain't never flown. But I know I haven't moved anything with my mind. I have not done that. I've made people call me, I've made people text me, I've made people think about me, and things that I wasn't even trying to do an experiment. Only once did I do it. I only did it once, but you can do that, and that actually works. And we know that this, somebody mentioned before deja vu. So we know that this actually makes some sense. Hang on, I gotta turn this air on. Who turn the air off? It's hot. Anybody hot? I'm hot. I know, I gotta put this down for a second. I gotta turn this air on, man. I'm sweating. There we go. Woo! They ain't messing around with stuff. Turn the air off. Got me sweating like I'm a slave on a plantation. And that's the simulation too. Did they make a cotton picking simulation yet? They got one now? I'm sure somebody would rather be on one of them than something else. It's getting hot in here. I'm about to sweat. I had to turn the thing back on. Where were we at? Oh, yeah. So it might matter. You may find interest in having the ability to understand why government's always lying to you. If they know that this is a game, if they know that it can be hacked, I think it might be important for government to not have any secrets. Once again, I always fall back on that. Corporations cannot, I was talking to my boys this morning about it. You can't, in a time where you've got levels of technology we just simply cannot understand. We don't even know what the hell is going on half the time. Did y'all see, what was it, India, where all those birds just fell out the sky and they were all cut up and blood was everywhere, and then they all just died. And nobody knows what happened. I do. I do. I know what happened. That Indian government, that American government, they up to something. I know what happened. This is a simulation. They're hacking and figuring things out that we're not allowed to know because we're too busy fighting with each other. That's why I think it's important. I think it's important to know that there is a programmer and what the rules are. You can call it whatever you want to call it. Some of y'all call it religion. Some of y'all call it Gaia. So I don't care what you call it. If there are rules to the game of life and we're all being raped, killed, shot, genocided, and murdered, I think it's important to know what's going on. I want to know, what is the purpose of this programmer? What do they want? What, man? What you want? Why you make us? What are we supposed to be doing? You know, maybe we're not supposed to be playing thermonuclear war for resources, huh? Dummy? Maybe we're supposed to be playing make a garden. Maybe we're supposed to be playing, ooh, you just remind me of a scene. Hold on. Do y'all remember that scene in the movie, what was it called? War Games? Let me see. War Games movie. I think the movie was called War Games Selection, where they asked him, what game do you want to play? And he didn't ask him that, but it's been so long since I've seen that. And they asked him what game he wanted to play. And the kid, he thought it was a game. He didn't know it was real. And he wanted to play thermonuclear war. But that's not what I wanted to find. Hang on. And it started the whole nuclear thing that's going on. What game y'all playing? Are y'all playing politics? Are you playing politics on a planet where the programmer actually wanted you play? Here it is. Where the programmer wanted you playing something else. See, here were the options he had. What do you want to play? You want to play bridge, checkers, chess, poker, fighting, combat, guerrilla engagement. Yeah. I'm sorry, I have fun doing this. I had too much damn thermonuclear war or Garden of Eden, where you're a steward helping everybody, feeding everybody, trying to take care and cultivate the earth instead of burning it up, trying to destroy and rob and steal from other creatures. What game do you want? It's important because people are like, what the hell am I watching? I'm supposed to be working right now. What the hell is this? All right. So why does it matter? Because if you're supposed to be a steward of the planet, not blowing up the planet, killing everybody who's weak, then the programmer might be upset. What happens if the programmer gets upset? Y'all know Old Testament God was a little moody, right? Y'all know Old Testament God, he didn't have some issues. He wasn't a friendly guy. I don't know if that was big G God. That might have been a little G God. But boy, he didn't like the way y'all was playing. He didn't like what you selected. Y'all selected your Crusader Wars. He didn't like that too much. If you don't know what the programmer wants, then that might be an issue. That's why I think it matters if we are in a simulation. That's why the science is important and the faith, the spirituality is important. But because we're picking the wrong games. We're picking, let's fight with Iran. We're picking, let's blow up Venezuela. We're picking, let's starve people in the ghetto and the barrio and try to make a safe society, pretend it's going to end up being a safe society. We're playing a lot of stupid games. Well, maybe those are the right games, though. Maybe our programmer is psychopathic. Is it possible? Is it possible our programmer is psychopathic? It's possible. I'm not sure I want to be in that game, though. If our programmer is psychopathic, I'm not sure I want to follow his rules or her rules, whatever it might be. I think I want to go ahead and die and start the game over. Maybe I can end up in another game. All right, let me do some comments and questions, see if we look at the news and see what in simulation news is important. That's why, people I know who are like really heavily spiritual, they don't watch the news. And they're really not paying attention to your world, right? They believe that they have instructions from the programmer and they're just living in love. They're just living their life, they're helping in their community. They might go to church or temple on Sunday or Saturday, feeding people, and they don't even pay attention. You come knocking on their door, they're living the simulation rules, the rules their programmer gave them. You come knocking on their door. Excuse me, are you gonna vote for Bernie Sanders? Excuse me, are you gonna vote for Donald Trump again? Who just won in the UK? Boris somebody? Ferris Bueller or Boris Yeltsin? Somebody won over in the UK. Boris somebody's the lead of something. I saw it this morning. They got a pop-up. All my pop-ups, they're just trying to pull me back into the rules of their game. their matrix. See, it's not just the programmer that probably has rules. It's probably the little g gods and the other matrices within the simulations that have rules. You gotta vote to change your world, baby. Voting is how you change the world. Not selecting a new game when you go to sleep at night. Not selecting a new game with your intellect and your empathy and your compassion. All right. Let's see what y'all think. Oh, Boris Johnson. Somebody said, yeah, Boris Johnson. Does he work for Johnson? Was he? No, well, wait a minute. Johnson, they weren't the one that killed everybody with, well, not killed everybody. They weren't the one hiding the Alzheimer's cure. See, we're not supposed to be playing pharmaceutical, keep away medicine from people that are dying unless they got enough money because they're born in the right place. I don't think I want to play that game if the program, here go the angry faces. I don't think I want to play with that game if the programmer doesn't like the idea of me starving and keeping medicine from people it's sent here. Because what if the programmer, I don't know, here's an example. What if the programmer counted every hair on the head of all the programs, all the avatars? What if the programmer was kind of sitting in meetings with the other programmers because they all got their programs, they all got their universes, their realities that they're doing, and the teacher's telling our programmer, all right, now you guys need to go create 8 different characters and make sure that they're poor and they're starving, they don't have enough food, and let's just see if you're winning at the evolution game. Let's see if your creation, if you will, court, is meeting the assignment's objectives. You need to take some poor people and call them Yemen, okay? And inject them into the game, and if your civilization runs and helps those people, if your civilization runs to feed those people, if your civilization sends the devices in the desert that can make water and food, and let's see, because the assignment was to create a reality that evolves and becomes sentient. Can you hear me, church? All right, I'm going on. But can you hear what I'm saying? Is anybody picking up what I'm putting down? And I need to see some angry faces. Otherwise, I'm not touching anybody's indoctrination. I need to hear some indoctrination today. All right, no, this is not church. This is not church. And I'm yelling, I'm getting loud. But do you see what I'm saying? If you've got all of the top mind scientists that they didn't murder and shove in a hole because they wouldn't make geoengineering devices, they go one. I'm sorry, y'all got me laughing this morning. That's why I think it's important. Let me see what y'all think, because this is what I think. I think the programmer might be important. If somebody made all of this, and they're supposed to be making, characters, and as soon as the character get in the game, the character doesn't hit the age of 3 before the Democrats and Republicans want to starve them with Saudi Arabia, sending them billions in weapons to starve the Yemen. What if our programmer gets a C? What if he gets a D? Are they gonna keep the program running? Would you if you failed your homework creating reality and the dumb creatures you made, you messed up, they didn't evolve and didn't become something sentient, and they refused to be gardeners, they didn't develop any level of sentience or consciousness to not destroy the earth that they live on. They didn't learn how to not to destroy the ecosystem. They didn't learn how to not crap where they eat. They were just useless. What would you do? You got home, you got mad because you got that failing grade because you put the Yemen people in, you put people in the Congo in, you put the people in Palestine in, you put the Venezuelan people in, you followed that homework assignment and your program just murdered everybody and stole their resources. I'm sorry. Would you leave the program running? Would you? Or you just like, shoot. Listen, I know what happened when I got home from school and I got a D or an E or an F. I knew I had a belt waiting for me. I know y'all don't believe in touching your kids. My daddy didn't believe that. Oh, hell no. Shoot, if I didn't do my homework because I was in the backyard playing G.I. Joe with my friends, and my software wasn't acting right, and I got an E or F, I got home, I was slamming, breaking something. I was pissed. I was mad because I knew that belt was coming. And you think I'm going to keep that program running? Hell no. As soon as I get home, and everybody watch their reality just disappear. All right, anyway, I'm sorry. That's why I think it's important. I think it's important. I think it's important. Are we in a simulation? All right, now let's do some comments. Reality is what your mind makes it. So once we can learn a lot more about our minds, we will learn more about how reality can change, or in this case, maybe see whatever matrix we may be in. And I think that's important, Jennifer. I agree. Reality is what your mind makes. It absolutely is. And the scientific evidence goes right along with what you're saying. Sounds crazy, doesn't it? Sound loony and nutty and all of that, but it would to Dig Dug in the Dig Dug game. Dig Dug, like imagine if you went to Dig Dug. Hey, Dig Dug, where Dig Dug at? Oh, I took it off. Hey, listen, brother, you in a game, man. I made you. Dig Dug would look at you like, what the hell are you talking about? And who is you? I don't even see you. I'm hearing voices in my head. I got to keep digging. But it's in your mind. But I think there's certain avatars. I think we might be in a simulation that had the ability for the avatars to become sentient, become aware. That's what I think. And that's why I think a lot of people they have the capability for their mind to open and expand and take that, what was it, a blue pill? I think it was a blue pill. Wasn't it a blue pill that they gave Neo? All right, hang on. Let's go back. I want to do some matrix scenes because you gotta spell it right. I'm not a good speller. I told y'all that. Don't look at me like I don't spell. I don't do that. I'm a software engineer. I don't have to spell. I just got to get syntax and fix Daniels who are glitches in the matrix. You know what? I think it's good to be a glitch in the and this is on the matrix theory. So it's good to be a glitch if you are a glitch fixing another glitch. See, every now and then you mess up and you ever get take a test and your teacher graded wrong? Sometimes I remember taking tests before and every now and then the teacher messed up and you got something wrong, but she said you got it right. See, it's okay to be a glitch that makes that homework go the right direction. See, I could see the kid in programmer class being okay with a glitch like Daniel that's getting him a higher grade. Are you working on being a glitch getting a higher grade? Because the glitches all throughout this simulation. But they're mostly glitches that the CIA and the FBI and the MI6 and the Spence Knots and all of them bastards are hiding for government, lords and kings trying to control you. I agree with you, Daniel. I changed my position. Yes, it was not more than 7 minutes and I changed my position. Damn it, that's what I do. I'm wrong all the time, every day, all day. I'm wrong all the time. Why would I watch somebody that's wrong? Well, you might want to think about watching people that are wrong than people that are right. I trust people that are wrong all day. Why? Because they're dynamic. Your politicians, when are they ever wrong? Name one. Just say his name. Whoever said they was wrong. Name one of the 2020s that just came out and said, you know what, I was wrong. I should not have killed 100,000 avatars in this simulation in Yemen because I probably pissed the programmer off. I'm giving the money back. I'm taking the mansion back. And I know I like to use Bernie Sanders as a thing because he's got the greatest cult following right now. You know, I took the money for it. When did they say they're wrong? Did Trump say he was wrong? Did he say, I did exactly what Obama did and I starved all them kids in Yemen and I was wrong and I shouldn't have done that? Hell no, he said we need some more jobs. That's why I don't blame Trump. And I don't blame Obama. I blame us. We did that. We put the monsters in power and the monsters do monstrous things. Not that they're monsters, but we require that office be a office of a monster. And they do what they're supposed to do. All right, let's keep going. Ooh, Hawking died right after something. The thing screened up. Hawking died. I'm gonna guess what you said. We're gonna do some quantum physics here. Hold on. I think that was Daniel. Hawkins died right after he said the Oumuamua asteroid was an old ship that came through and went through the universe. Am I right? Is that what you said? I'm thinking that's what you might have said. That's what I would have said. Why? Because he did. And I don't believe in coincidence. He literally died right after he said the Oumuamua probably was an old ship. That comet that came through was the only thing that we know that's ever come through our solar system, come right by Earth like, hello, went right around our sun and jetted right the hell back out to the next solar system. Your asteroids don't do that. I'm tell you, asteroids, they kind of come in and they hit stuff and they blow up and lots of things die that don't evolve to get off the damn planet. But this thing with cylindrical shape came through, went back out. All right, I don't believe in coincidences. This is why I don't think government can have secrets. And right after that, Hawking died. That's what I'm saying. I don't think the smartest of the scientists bubble to the top. The scientists that are kind of smart but don't turn against their government, trying to uncover the glitches and secrets that they can, looking back at the ancients and hiding things from people today, those are the only ones that make it. And if you doubt me, just ask why the American government has 5,000 patents banning energy devices that have more than 20 or 30% efficiency. You have to answer that question. If people will hide from you solar panels that are 30% more efficient, do you think they would hide from you glitches in a matrix that allow them to, I don't know, astral project and fly? I got it wrong. All right, Daniel, it didn't work. I told you, I don't know how to do this. I have no idea. I thought I was tapping into Daniel. I'm like, and it didn't work. That's why I think we got to talk. We got to figure this out, y'all. We got to figure it out. We got to sit down. Somebody got to fly. We need people with eye beams. We need people. Well, first of all, before you get the mutant eye beam, like, what's that guy's name that got the eye thing? Before you have that, you got to have a heart. You know, we need people that can fly. Before you have that, you got to have some sentience. We need people that can lift up things and be man and woman of steel. But before we have that, you have to be a glitch for good. A glitch for the good. And what is good? I would say good is the rules written by that programmer, whoever that programmer was. The game that would come the closest to civilization is that thing, and it went right up. Dang it, I missed it. All right, let's keep going down. I'm 58, no wrinkles. Yes, Lori, and you should believe that you shouldn't have wrinkles, and you'll never have wrinkles, and that's science. So there you go. Lucid dreaming, yes, Sandra, that's another one. We need people who can lucid dream, but have hearts. Wow, a lot of my friends here. Good morning, brothers and sisters. Yes, Daniel, a whole lot of people here. Brother Ron, Mary, Merrily. I gotta go down, otherwise I can't read things. Mary, Merrily. Life is but a dream. It matters to the extent that you have faith or perception of it affects your thinking, wanting, doing, loving. Yeah, Ron, faith is it, isn't it? Faith is it. If you don't have faith in it, processing what you're saying. Perception of it affects your thinking, wanting, doing, and loving. Absolute. So I think that, yeah, right, because if you're aware that you're in a simulation, you have that faith. Which you only actually have that faith now. You got the science. But it's good to have the faith. And you can perceive the things like we were just here talking about. It definitely affects your thinking, your wanting, your doing, and your loving. It's sounding an awful lot like religion is the reality. Not religion, that's again, spirituality, right? If you know that you are in a simulation, it should change your day to day. If you're not doing stewardship things day to day, if you're not loving people, if you're not being kind to people, if you don't realize we're a part of the same energy, on the same circuit board, if you realize that when this is all done, you go back to soul or heaven, CPU, and whatever, and back in the hard drive. If you realize until the next time the Big Bang happens and he turns the power on and spins all this up and he's got the next homework assignment, then you're more focused on making your time here matter, right? I made a post earlier today, Ron, what I was talking about. I said, 1 billion people died for you. Everybody, you, whoever you is right here, you. Over 1 billion people died to make you. Going back through all your ancestors and your aunts and uncles and everybody who struggled and died and lost and creating technology and building all of this crap, and just not biologically and handing down DNA and all of this stuff to you, but building a world and technology to make you. 1 billion people died for you, fool. You. What are you going to do with that? Does that matter at all? Like, you know how people don't value themselves? And I'm just like, do you know how many people died to make you? Do you know what they've gone through? Especially the women. Think about all the people to make you what you are. Do you think that your life is valuable? Do you want to do things that matter to the programmer? The rules of the game of whatever this is, to nudge it in the right direction, to help that programmer get a B or, or an A or something closer to show that that these creatures that it made, this world is going in the right direction. I agree with you, Ron. I agree with you. It does. When you think about the whole, not just you, but the whole, and you think of your body as this powerful temple that 1 billion people got exposed to the monkey virus and the bird virus and the pig virus and this flu and that flu and cancer and everything else, handed all of this down, this perfect temple to you, the perfect respectively to their day. Would you put pharmaceuticals in it? Would you drink fluoridated and chlorinated water? Would you poison it? Would you put pesticide all over your spinach and eat it? Would you create genetically modified foods that's never been in this body ever? Or would you treat that temple like the perfect machine that it is in the day? I think there's a whole lot there. There's a whole lot. And if you know that this avatar, this programmer is sending in other avatars in the body of poor people, just to see what you'll do as a test, let's say. If that poor person has value, the same value you have, and you were supposed to love it no matter what, not judge it. Like kids are poured into this simulation. They're just goo. They're poured into a mold, right? And that mold is created by their parents and their government, their society, their neighbors, their aunts, their uncles, their brothers and sisters. And that child becomes what that mold determines. How many people do you hate? How many people do you not like? How many people do annoy you? And is it the people that annoy you, or is it the mold they were poured into and the experiences they had up to who they've become? Are you mad at the mold? Or are you mad at them? Think about it. I think it matters, Brother Ron, I'm with you. It's not a game, but we are being gamed. Ooh, go on, Angela. And I don't think it's a game either. I mean, it's when I think of game, Angela, I think of like, you know, like just stuff for fun. I don't think this is for fun. I think whatever did all of this went through an awful lot of trouble to try to learn something, to try to create something. I don't think it's a game. I think whatever this simulation is, it's very important because the level of detail is ridiculous. I think we shouldn't treat it like a game. I think we should take it very seriously. Someone recently found a fresh burger on the side of the road somewhere in the eastern U.S. from a burger joint that was 1,000 miles away. I got nothing. I got nothing on that one, girl. Okay, well, I don't think about it. Yeah, it does rain frogs. That's happened, right? You know, you're talking about there is no real distance, right? Things happen and things fall out the sky. It wasn't supposed to be in the damn sky. It rained frogs. Now there was evidence of that going back in America, outside of all the plagues and all the things that happened. You know, so things have fallen out of the sky. You're right. Things have disappeared and reappeared. I got crystals that do that, y'all. I got that daggone Lapaloozie. That daggone thing, I had it and it disappeared on me the first day I got it, reappeared, came back, disappeared. I don't know if it's disappearing or if it's just me, but I think that's interesting. I think it's interesting. Maybe that's a glitch. I don't know. Somebody was hungry. So that's what happened. Somebody was on that road up out there driving, like, damn, I gotta eat. I wish I hadn't had me a McDonald's burger. And it disappeared, but he didn't know what he was doing, and he was just in that realm. I don't know, maybe he got in an accident and it like flipped. You know, like when women, when the tractor falls on the husband and they just get, oh, the tractor's gonna kill my baby. And they run outside and lift the 1,000-pound tractor off of them, just in that moment, mind over matter that just makes it happen. So maybe the guy was driving, I don't know, maybe he farted. He was hungry, like, you know, and it just kind of created enough just microbiology and wave energy and whatever happened, and that burger like, just appeared on the side of the road. I don't know. I think it's important to study these things. You know, get a bunch of big guys in the. All right, let me move on. I'm sorry. Let me move on. Anything is possible. If you're living in a simulation and it's literally software, anything is possible. Everything is possible. And that's what I call quantum physics. Quantum physics, to me, it was a science that just basically said, nothing's true. Everything's plausible. It's a study of the simulation, right? Because you're studying things down to a level we've never looked before. And at that level, everything is possible. And so if everything is possible beneath the atomic level, then it means literally, if it's not a simulation, that might be the wrong name. It's something like that. I'm seeing too many happy faces. I need to see some angry. And why does he want me to hit angry faces? What the hell is this guy up to? Maybe the programmer wants us to become programmers as well in the end. Jennifer, that makes sense. It would make sense that the programmer wants to make other programmers. Right? Could be. It could be that you were supposed to make simulations here to make another simulation. And aren't we doing that? You know, but is it a sim to become a programmer on its level or a programmer on our own level? That's the real question. Like a lot of the software and everybody's checking out to. They're checking out of your world because your world sucks. Because your politicians all need to find be nice. They need to be in straitjackets somewhere. And they engineered societies that suck for everybody. So everybody's fighting everybody. But you create these simulations and people escape into the gaming world, right? Like there are gamers who it's their job, it's their life. They literally make living. They make millions of dollars and got mansions playing games. And there are people who have lives who don't even play the games. They just watch them play the games. My son was telling me about a thing called Stream, and they just sit back and they just watch the games. Why? Because people living a fantasy life is healthier, better, freer, nicer, kinder, more loving than the world that these monkeys created in Congress. All right, let me see. So I agree with that. Like everybody wants to create. It's just like you want to have a baby. People want to have babies, right? They want to create another one of them. That's how creation kind of works. As above, so below. Program sucks. Yeah, Daniel, it's obvious the program sucks because people drug themselves to a point where they can feel good about themselves. Well, of course the program sucks. They want to escape it. This is how you know that you need to fix something. Because most people in the simulation don't even want to be in the simulation. They want to create their own simulation. And I think maybe that's what our program, maybe his world sucks. Maybe our programmer is on an aquatic world or something and just, you can't do anything on an aquatic world. And they give you their problems. They give you, like, I think it's impossible to be born in a simulation and be an avatar and not being indoctrinated. You have to have some indoctrination. What's going on YouTube? When it comes to the media, people lose the ability to distinguish between reality and fantasy. They do, Augustine, and I think partially because they tap into people's emotion. That's the only way you can break an intellectual creature is you got to tap into their emotion. You got to make them emotional creatures, and that way you can drive them around. You can guide them around a lot easier if they're emotional. That's why the media is such a horrible thing to watch, certainly the mainstream media. Let me see. Oh, here's a good one. Somebody disagrees. Zero Wolf. Says you guys are wasting your time with alien talk. You're living in a firmament. This earth might as well be an ant colony. Well, I don't know, Zero Wolf. If we're an ant colony, should we be concerned with the Japanese beetle? Should we be concerned with the ant eater? Should we have any concerns for the ducks? If we are in an ant colony on a farm and one of the ants look up and like, oh, damn it, is that a beak? I think that's kind of important. So I won't say that people waste their time with alien talk. I think people got to think outside of the box. They need to think outside of the ant colony. But I totally agree with you. We're in an ant colony and we are being farmed. Absolutely agree. But I think we got issues with the farmer. We got issues with kings and lords and governments and people and things that are farming us. But then we also got issues with the things that are farming them, the things that might be more powerful than them. So I think everything's important. Wherever people want to focus, that's good to go. But we're definitely in some sort of a farm. All right. The programmer is asleep. You think the programmer's asleep, Maha? Why? Why is the programmer asleep? Because it's letting all this devastation happen? I don't think the programmer's asleep. I think the programmer is letting the program play itself out. I think the programmer did its job. I think it constructed a world where all these avatars can live. It created it. It gave us the rules. And it's just sitting back, letting it play out and letting us see if we can discover our sentience. If we can become creators like the person was saying above, maybe that's the goal. We have to develop some sort of self-love and not just be self-destructive all the damn time to create something that's on the realms of what it has. Right? But you can only do that if you have a love and an affinity for life. You got to stop with the hate, maybe. An alien experiment in biology class. It could be, Daniel. They had to make aliens called Earth and humans and see possibly if you could actually make a monkey, a 98% monkey, into a sentient creature. If you could, without putting it in the conditions of the bonobo, if you could make a chimp into the love that the bonobo has. It could have been that type of an experiment. The creation were fine until the Martians came. Let me see. The creation were fine until the Martians came. Well, I think the creation is always fine because the creator created it. So the creator and the creation probably is perfect in some ways. But then you have other avatars within that creation. I guess you're saying the Martians. I don't know if they came to Earth, but if they did, that would probably suck because Mars was in a habitable zone billions of years before we were. And so if there are any Martians still bopping around, they're like billions ahead of us in technology. That wouldn't be a great meeting. That would kind of suck for the people that still use clubs to beat people in the head and steal what they had, called the Pentagon. That would probably be bad. They would be significantly more evolved than what we are. Been saying it for years. We're some aliens kid science fair project. Patricia, yeah, I think we might be. Our brains can create 11 dimensions. Is that right, Maha? How come 11? Why not 8? Why not 9 or 12? Get crazy, take both pills. Daniel, don't do Daniel, Lord. Jeez, oh, jeez, y'all, Daniel. Somebody take all Daniel's pills. I don't know why would you take both pills. I have no idea. Let me see. You are a software engineer. That's awesome. Well, Sinclair, I used to be. I stopped. I used to be. Well, actually, I started writing my first software at 7. Because my father was a mathematician, wanted to geek me out. He geeked me out. Went into big corporate America, ran a team of engineers, and decided that I'm working for the wrong people. Worked in automation and robotics, and I ran from it. So no, I am, because I know how to do that, and I do it for fun. But I'm not going to do it for people trying to hack the matrix. I'm not going to do it for big corporations and government. I don't think those things should exist. And I work for both of them. So I was playing for the wrong team, and so I quit. I walked away. Most things are not absolute. I don't think anything's absolute, Lori, is it? Not to burn, Daniel said. let me see. It's a very interesting idea that we and all we know is a simulation somehow, if at all, it's possible to reach and know the programmer's intent or be able to change your function within the simulation. Well, William, I think, and that's deep. That's deep. That's a good question. So I think that it depends on the assignment, right? If the assignment is to create a to create a universe with sentient creatures, maybe that creates sentient creatures. Maybe to create a universe that a creation creates a creation, right? And there's just multiple creations. That you would somehow inject the rules. You'd somehow have to create something to let the creatures know the goal of the game. Well, the goal of the simulation, otherwise, then it's kind of like, what's the point? So I think that we were given those things. I think we were given things that tell us not to kill, not to steal, not to murder. And different creatures come back telling us that at different times. Maybe those are agents that people that the programmer writes in to come in, remind us. You know, and I think that those things end up as religion, but the basic rules of the game, this natural law, how things work well, when you work together as a collective, you can uncover and discover many things. But individually, all you end up doing is murdering each other for energy. I don't know. Let me see. Revolution is the only solution legally. Per the supreme law of the land is the duty of Americans to overthrow the tyrannical government. It's completely destructive. Well, John, but isn't revolution destructive too? Isn't it? Like if we don't like violent government, are we just becoming them by doing the same violence that they do? Yeah, you know me, I don't believe in revolution. I don't believe in violence. I think if we're in a simulation where everything dies unless it learns how to work within the balanced ecosystem of the universe and the planet it lives on, I don't think there's room for violence. I don't think there is at all. And you overthrow a government with, if you overthrow a violent government with violence, then you really didn't do anything. You just basically took their position. Nothing changes, you know? So the question we got to ask ourselves is, why are we upset with government? Are we upset with the kings and lords because we're not them? Or are we upset with them because of their behavior? Me personally, I'm upset with them because of their behavior. I don't want to be them. I don't want to be in their seat. I don't want to be a president. I don't want to be a congressman. I don't think people should have any control over other people. I think we should have one law, which is free will sovereignty, which is what I think this programmer wanted and gave everybody, and leave everybody alone. Let me see. Funny thing about faith, you can have faith in anything you want. Yeah, that's true, John. You can have faith in anything you want. And a lot of people have most faith in their indoctrination, right? They have most faith in what they were given. And I think being an intellectual creature and having faith both at the same time, you want to have faith in things that are plausible, right? So as science moves forward, as archaeology moves forward, and biology, and we uncover more ancient texts, I think you take the things that we have faith in and let science drive what we continue to have faith in, but not have faith in everything across the board. Like I think you can have faith with integrity or you can have faith with no integrity. Like this whole idea that you should believe what your parents believe is, that's the dumbest thing I ever heard. Why would you do that? My parents at the time that they were growing up, they had no idea there were civilizations 80,000 years old, predating all the scriptures that they were following under the ocean. They didn't have that. They didn't have quantum physics. They didn't have all this stuff. We're supposed to be upgrades of our parents, not locked into their age. And so I think you can have faith and have integrity of faith at the same time. But you have to have a faith that's based in integrity, not based in what you handed your indoctrination. I don't know why anybody would want to follow another person's indoctrination, whether that be their friend, their pastor, their minister, or their parent. That's the stupidest thing. I teach my kids how to critically think, and they just rough bastards, man. It's not easy. It's not easy when you teach little criminals to think. Little kids to think for themselves. It's not easy. Because they question you everywhere, and they get you headaches, man. Especially if you have a couple of them, they like to gang up on you. They like to have secrets. But you want to raise them to be upgrades. You want them to be better than you. And that's why I try to teach them all the damn time. You adults, you're not, I said, listen, I'm not against you. My goal is to make you better than me. Otherwise, I didn't do my job in the matrix. I failed. That's why parents aren't stupid. Any kids listening, if there's any kids in the rounds, your parents don't hate you. Well, most of them don't. I hope not anyway. But the goal is to make an upgrade. Like the programmer of this simulation, perhaps. Okay, but now, all right, I have to digress. I can change my mind. It's been like 30 seconds. There are some parents in competition with their kids. And this is the dumbest thing I had ever heard. But this is, you got some really immature parents, but don't ever give up on anybody. There's some kids that actually raise their parents, and we actually learn a lot just from having kids. Technology is the problem along with organized religions. Mary, I completely disagree. I have to completely disagree. Technology is not the problem. Technology is a tool. Now, we have a lot of technologies we're not evolved enough to have, most significant being money. Money is not a technology that should be on monkey earth. We're just monkeys and we like shiny things. We should not have anything that's that destructive. But technology is not the problem. It's all about the application, right? If the technology is applied to do good things, then it's good technology. If it's applied to do bad things, then it's a bad use of the technology. So it's all about use. Organized religion, I don't know. I'm fine with everything organized, Mary, as long as it's peaceful. If it's organized and it's like in a peaceful effort, then I'm okay. There are a lot of churches that are out there feeding the homeless. There are a lot of churches that are very poor. They're not the big ones. They don't have gold encrusted steps to the what is that thing called? Where you stand up there, you're supposed to speak for God, but you're really speaking for yourself. The pulpit. Not all of them have that. So I can't have a statement that incorporates millions of people, and those are all different people, and it incorporates millions of different philosophies within it. I'm fine with everything organized that's peaceful. Everything that's organized that are within the rules of this simulation are probably a good thing. Our problem isn't organized religion, but I know what you're saying, and I do agree with you in this. Our problem is power. I totally agree with you. Our problem, because the key what's wrong with a lot of organized religion is that they have blind followers. And so they have power to do whatever they want. If they can convince the people, it's within the programmer's rule set. And I see a lot of them lying. They got things called jihads and crusades that obviously are not within the realms of what anything sentient would create, right? So I agree with what you're saying, but the problem isn't religion, it's power. Having power over people, which is why I go back and I say there's only one law, and that is to respect everybody's free will. And that's what the organizer of those religions require. But people don't follow their religions. They don't even read the books that they say that they worship. What if Earth is an actual spacecraft and we've been traveling on towards another system for generations? The next system was far away. The next system was so far away that we've had to create a living generational travel craft to reach it. Well, Stacy, all of that's true. All of that's been proven. Astrophysicists already proved that, right? Like Earth used to be a part of another solar system. What was it called? No, Earth's solar system was a part of a different universe. I forgot what it was called. And not only that, but we're not staying in the Milky Way. Y'all think the Milky Way? No. We're actually going to be a part of another universe. So we are definitely traveling through this circuit board called space. There's no question about that. And it's a spacecraft. But I think that our biggest problem is we keep getting wiped out on this spacecraft and coming back. Hawkins was seriously ill and outlived all expectations. Don't find anything wrong about his death. I don't find anything wrong about his death, Ivana. I think what we're saying is that it was coincidental when he died. He died right after, saying a Momoa was some sort of a spacecraft, and right after that he died. He was very sick his whole life. But it's a coincidental, the dates that he died, not necessarily how he died. Because they can kill you with anything now, because there are glitches all in the matrix. We have no idea the capability and the power of this government thing. We have no idea what they know and don't know because we got so many monkeys fighting each other, political parties and whatever, over things that just completely don't matter. They got all the secrets. They can kill people with foot cancer like Bob Marley. We have no idea. And he could have been made sick by them. As far as we know, he could have been born and they knew that that was a powerful avatar, and from birth he was some sort of savant, and maybe they did things to him. I don't know. I mean, humans do that now. They did that on the plantation. If you were born and you were a little too smart, little uppity, high on the aggression towards master, you had the ability to question everything and not just go along with that slavery. Oh, the master took care of you early. And, you know, he used whips and hot boxes and he'd kill you. But maybe it's possible that maybe some of these young savant types are already are stifled once they discover they have gifts. There actually is a theory about autism along that realm. I forgot the name of the doctor, but he said he finds it highly suspicious that autism affects certain types of kids that have certain types of capabilities of thought. Had something to do with the receptors in the brain, and I forgot his name. I'll post a link by him later if you want to look into that. So I just don't believe in coincidence. This is where I come from. As long as we got a government that lies about everything, I'm fine if Daniel says that the U.S. government killed Stephen Hawkins. I'm fine with that. One, because I know they lie about everything and they kill people. And they want power. So until the U.S. government refutes that, I'm cool with every whistleblower. I'm good to go with everything. No matter what you say, if it's a plausible thing in history that the governments and kings and lords been doing that and they don't refute it and they got secrets, then I'm fine with that. And I'm always going to be fine with it till they don't have secrets anymore. The mold, we need mold remover. We do, Lori, we need mold remover. And not just in the houses because y'all got moldy basements. But we need mold remover because we shouldn't be breaking kids at birth. We shouldn't be telling them what they are at birth. We shouldn't be indoctrinating them to be like us. We should be creating free creatures with free thought. Maybe they just throw stupid crap at us to make us back engineer it. Ooh, that could be, Patricia. That could be. Maybe that's what the programmer does. Maybe it drops UFOs in Roswell and Russia and different places to give hints to us. But we're so believing in government, we say, oh, look, it's like a UFO. Will somebody call the police and the government to come get the UFO? Maybe it was for us, Patricia, but we're so lost in the slave mind that every time something happens, we run to Master and have Master explain it to us because Master controls everything. Because Master, that's why I don't agree with order. I don't agree with governing, and I don't agree with power, especially not when they have secrets. If you got a UFO, y'all need to sit on it. You discover flight, you need to use it. Don't give it to them. You dying, leaving this world, and going to the light meeting, all your dead ones might just be going back into the hard drive. And Ivana, so you know what, and this is what I think kind of makes some sense. Somebody tell me, how is it different that you're going back into a hard drive or you're going back into storage memory as opposed to you're going to heaven? That might be heaven. In storage memory, I mean, we don't know what happens. It might be a big party. What happens when avatars die in games? Where do they go? But they're not in the game anymore, right? There's no conflict and struggle. There's no G.I. Joe shooting at you. There's no kid trying to throw daggers at you. So it might be heaven. You might go back there and you can have anything you want. Sit there, have your Mai Tais, your iced tea. You're on vacation all the time, but you don't have to deal with psychopathic world that we're in right now. So it could be. Let me get down. Let me see. The aliens disagree, Wolf. Yeah, well, they do. Oh, good point, Trish. They do. The aliens disagree because they pop in every now and then. They don't stick around. They don't us coughing on them. The aliens come in and take pictures and do selfies probably with the Earth, then they fly away. That is very true. There's interest in us. I don't want to say aliens aren't interested. They are. I think we are like anthills to whatever's out there. But they're not trying to invade us, right? Like, that's where I stop with it, when the whole, we need to be fearful of the alien nonsense. If they wanted to kill us, we'd be dead. If they wanted our gold, they'd have just took it. That's why I kind of disagree with the whole Anunnaki theories and things. I can't process in my head why an alien would want to come here and have us mine gold and create a monkey thing to mine the gold. If you can come here, then you probably have advanced technology. Why would you take a stinky, funky creature that jumps around in the trees and smells each other anus for lunch and eating all the damn bananas on the spaceship and somehow make it for over 1 million years or 200,000 years to go mine gold for you? It just doesn't sit right with me. And I'm not saying it's not true. I am nobody to question anybody's theory. Who was Zachariah Sitchin. I read all his books actually. Loved the brother, and it was interesting. I can't fathom that. If I went to another planet and I actually needed the resources and I'm flying around out in space and it's like gold asteroids everywhere, I don't think I'd go to a planet with stinky, funky creatures with dinosaurs and velociraptors and things that like to eat me. I wouldn't go there. I would just create a robot to go there and get my gold, and that's it. So some of those theories, I think a lot of things we get close to the truth, but there's a lot of funk shaking on them, a little sugar. People like to put sugar on things. It's kind of like a lot of the scriptures. You know, you tell these stories over thousands and thousands of years, you know, multiple translations over and over. There's going to be some things lost in the translation, I think. Hollywood is definitely pushing the alien agenda a little too much. They are Zero Wolf. I agree with that. They're definitely pushing it. I love alien movies, so I'm not going to tell them to stop, but they're pushing it. And we do have to question why. I completely agree with you. We have to question why. Anything Hollywood is up to, they say got CIA offices all over Hollywood. Everybody I know in Hollywood, everybody who I know who's become an entertainer, they ran the hell out of there. They got the hell out of there. You know, it's not what we think it is. And so anything that they're promoting, usually it's because there's a reason. You know, and this whole idea aliens want to come and invade us, that's just dumb. It's stupid. The aliens don't have to invade you. It's not going to be a struggle. Okay? There's no struggle when creatures that can fly or magically figure out the glitch in the matrix simulation and appear in your solar system from their solar system 100 billion light years. They can do that. You don't have to shoot bullets at them. You don't. That tank and the government that's going to protect you. The government's not even trying to protect you from aliens. Okay, first of all, let's keep this clear. That's not their interest. They're taking trillions of dollars and they're building bunkers to go hide with swimming pools. All right, they're not even going to fight the aliens. They're going to make you fight them. You think the American government would fight aliens? Really? These people, they actually know more of what's going on in the universe and the world than what we are. And if a creature that's 1 billion years old, there will be no U.S. government front to protect the Americans. They're all your politicians, Bernie and Trump and Obama and AOC and Creepy Joe, if they let them in, don't stop touching people. They're all gonna go in the bunker. They got food and scrimps and steaks, and we done paid for them to have swimming pools. We done paid for gold encrusted beds and desks and cherry wood. There's all kind of simulations. They got all the Betamaxes and VHS tapes. They got every movie in Hollywood. They gonna be okay. They gonna leave us. It's the voters that's gonna be up here dealing with the aliens with the 3 eyes and the death ray. That's it. But yeah, it's fun. I don't know. I think we are a simulation. Let me get down in the comments and I'm gonna get out of here. Let me see. Deprogram, brother Chris. Yes, deprogram to reprogram. And it's hard to deprogram. That's why I like angry faces, Chris. You know when people got the angry faces, there's something in the cup that gotta come out. You gotta empty the cup. I appreciate your stream the other day where you gotta empty your whole cup. You got to empty your whole cup to fill it. You can't, because people, they like to empty the cup, but they like to leave a little creamer in the bottom. Like, no, you got to empty the whole cup. You got to empty your entire indoctrinated cup. They like to empty most of the cup, but then kind of hold on to little tidbits, a little Christian tidbit. They want to hold on to the Muslim tidbit and the black tidbit and the Irish tidbit. They want to hang on to the American tidbit, the patriot. They want to hang on. I'm going to empty the whole cup with this. No, you got to get rid of all the drops. If you're interested in what's true in reality, you got to get rid of all your indoctrination and let it all come back together. Get it, right? Because there's a lot of truth that comes from a lot of those groups. You know, you want to apply that to what we're learning today. But that's what I think deprogram is. You have to completely deprogram and then allow yourself to be reprogrammed on what is true. out on what you want to be true or what fits your birth and what you were born as or where you were born as. Let me see. They almost already have. It might already be too late in the day. All right, Brother Anthony, that's probably back in comments. I'm not sure where we're on with that one. Let me see. Zero is right about Werner von Braun. A Nazi turned to NASA and what he left on his grave. Psalm 10:1. Did he? Harley? Welcome back, brother. Ain't seen you in a minute. Psalms 10:1 was on Werner von Braun's, on his thing, on his epitaph, on his stone grave, where the meat went, but the energy didn't go. I got to look up Psalm 10:1. Damn it. This is what I'm saying. Like, oh, we gonna do religion now. He going to the Bible. You listen. You need to study your religion. I don't know what's in Psalm 10:1, but I'm about to find out. Because if you know who Werner von Braun is, yeah, I know he knew something. He knew something. He knew something. Oh, you said 19:1? Oh, I thought you said 10. It said 10:1. Brother, you got some issues, man. What's that? It was 19:1. Okay, I know. I know. I'm gonna say you got issues. I can't even spell. Psalm 10:1. What's Psalm 10:1? Let's go here. Let me show you what I'm looking at. Brother Harley got for us. Let me see. I'm gonna have to make that bigger. 10:1. The heavens declare the glory of God. The skies proclaim the work of his hands. To me, what does that say? Simulation. That's what it says to me. I read that. That says simulation. And you can like go into the God thing. You can just replace that with programmer if you want. But I think that is consistent with that being one of the brothers that started NASA. I mean, he was a psychopathic nut job, and if there's a hell, he needs to be in the hottest portions of it. But we need to look up. We've always looked up. The answers are up. The answers are not in government. they're not on the left, and they damn sure ain't on the right. The answers are up. You know, what in the world is this that we live in? Humans are weird creations. Deborah, that is beyond, that is an understatement. Let me see. 99%. If we unite even 20% of the government is going to have to stand down and run. 20% people. I agree with you, John. I agree with you if the government makes their own decisions. I agree with you. They're going to be like, nope, they're going to kill all us. We need to stand down. I agree with you. But does government, to be specific, does the US government, does the British government, does the German government, does the Polish government, does the Israel government, do they make their own decisions? And Canada, let's put Canada in that box too. Canada, Colombia can go in that box too. It's a whole bunch of them. There are about 23 of them, I think. Do they make their own decisions? If they make their own decisions, then they can decide to stand down. Unfortunately, the American government is owned by central banks. They are completely told what to do, and if they don't do it, they go meet JFK. Okay? They're not gonna stand down. there's no stand down. It's like saying, if all of these, like I told my son this morning, it's like saying if the people run to Area 51, will they stand, will the sharpshooters at Area 51 that gotta pay mortgages to put stakes on the table for their children that gotta have retirements, will they stand down or will they do their job? They've been indoctrinated and trained. They've shot at people. They've arrested people. And they have one job to do. They go to the range 2-3 times a week. They make sure that they put them in boot camp to get the psychopathic warrior genes going to shoot. If anybody goes after the Rothschild technology and Rockefeller technology that might be in Area 51, they're going to follow orders. They're going to shoot. That's why I told the kids, their mama said their mama wanted to go. I said, they tell your mama don't go. Tell your mama stay home. Tell mama, your mama tried to get up, go to Area 51. And she a little aggressive. When she come up with something, I used to be married to that woman. She don't play. You need to get your stepdaddy and your brothers together and lock mama down. Don't let mama go to Area 51. Mama ain't coming back. All right, anybody goes to Area 51, you will be staying at Area 51. At least the biological portions of you are. Okay, the Rothschilds and Rockefellers own this damn thing, and they own Area 51 and every military base in the Pentagon. They kill anybody that goes after their technology because they don't give two damns about America. They own America. That's like saying we get the slaves together and run and take down the plantation. We're going to take master down. No, not if most slaves like master. Most slaves are mentally ill and they all supporting master. Oh no, the slaves will go throw their bodies in front of you to stop you to protect their master. No. Bad idea, bad idea. All right, let me get down. I got to get out of here, y'all. Free will, leave everybody to their own devices and passions unless you need to borrow a cup of sugar from your neighbor. Simplicity perfect. That's it, Trish, and that's where I stand. That's where I stand. And when anybody's 2020 comes up with this free will, leave everybody alone, then you got me. When you come up with free will, leave Zero Wolf and Augustine and Plemmy K and Travis and Lori and Trish and John, when y'all come up with that, 2020, to leave them alone, let them go be human beings. Laws under their watch. Law is the opposite of freedom. I believe in freedom. Why would I vote against my friends? Why would I vote against my cousins? I love my cousins. Why in the world would I vote against them? That's stupid. That's violence. It's aggression. It's a violation. The core concept of voting is bullyism, right? I mean, really think about it. I'm gonna get together with my crew. We're gonna vote out your crew, but it's peaceful. It's peaceful. We're just pulling levers. You might as well have pulled the trigger, because what do those levers mean? They're going to go write laws. And who enforces the laws? People that got guns. They got tasers. They got tanks now. They got MRAPs and SWAT teams. There's nothing more violent than voting. There is no bully in any school anywhere in this country that's worse than voting. All right? It's a force and act of aggression. Now, maybe it didn't used to be. I don't know about what was in the past. People go back and forth. All I know is I'm not ganging up with other people against other people. I get together with people on a universal solution to help everybody, because I think that's what the simulation wants. I think the rules of the simulation will always work together. You're a part of an ecosystem. Be stewards, not dominators and bullies, forcing other people to do things your way. Like if I'm against the very core concepts of leadership and government, why would I vote? Can you answer that question? If I'm against the core concepts of gang mentality, if I don't think groupthink ever ends up well, if I believe in free will and respect for every creature, why would I gang up against that creature instead of go talking to that creature and coming about a solution that works for everybody? Well, the reason why is greed, right? Because I want something. I want to rob Peter to pay Paul. I want to take something from them and force them to be like me because I'm right and they're wrong, right? That's why people do it. You can sit here and play all day you want. The problem is, like I said, the protest I'm going to go to is a protest everybody's welcome to. Protest everybody agrees with, and that's only one protest. It's called free will. That's it. It's called sovereignty. It's called leave me the hell alone. You do you, I do me. We all do it peacefully and nothing else. You have one law on top of that, then one person ain't gonna show up, because that law is gonna be about taking something from them. And I don't believe in bullying. I don't believe in people who have anti-bully laws and they're bullies. I don't believe in that. I don't believe in hypocrisy. I don't believe in people who are trying to bring about peace with violence. You can't bring about peace with violence. Simulation told you we have something called karma. If you live by the sword, you will die by the sword. If you try to cause peaceful situations with violence, all you're going to do is delay more violence, but it's coming back. Because there's always a next generation that's, my name is Inigo Montoya. You killed my father. Prepare to die. Y'all remember him? All right, y'all remember Inigo Montoya? Princess Bride. Y'all remember Princess Bride? Princess Bride. My name is Inigo Montoya. You killed my father. Prepare to die. Inigo Montoya. Is that his name? How you spell Inigo? Inigo. I said a Negro first, I think. I know, I'm on too much coffee. Inigo Montoya? Montoya? I think it's yeah. Inigo. My name is Inigo Montoya. You killed my father. Prepare to die. This is why you can't have violence, right? Because if you vote left or vote right, somebody coming back for you. That's a stupid thing. It's a stupid process. Like, that's the whole I love this example, because this dude right here, he actually demonstrated American politics. That's it. Every 8 years, they come back. My name is Inigo Montoya. You took my laws. Prepare to die. My name is Inigo Montoya. You knocked down my wall. Prepare to die. And they just keep reversing it. Like, it's like ping pong. I watch this game go back and forth. The people they got that ping pong, boy. They gonna fix the world, boy. I'm gonna ping it back. Meanwhile, the Rockefellers and Rothschilds just laughing all the way to the bank. They just boom, 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 boom. Every 8 years, boom, boom, boom. I feel like my head is like going between their ping pong. Like my head, my life, my freedom is going. All right. Let's start to wrap it up. All right. Teach critical thinking and truth. Yes, Jane. You teach critical thinking and truth, you're going to have a problem. Just how it's hard to raise kids that critically think for themselves and they got free will. It's hard to raise them little bastards because they're going to question you on everything. So you better be right. You better not be lying. They catch you. You know, and I believe in that. But there's also respect. And sometimes my boys push too far. And you got to bring down the hammer. But you want to raise kids to be free. Either you want to raise kids to be better than you, or you want to raise kids to suck like you. But first you got to admit that you suck. Do you know that you suck? You know you suck? Y'all know you suck? I know I do. I know me. I've been with me my whole life. I tried to fly once and I hit the bush. So Daddy made a big old house. All right, let me get down and come so we get out of here. Cue the ending music. But anyway, kind of wrap that up. I think we are in a simulation. It makes perfectly good sense from an IT perspective. The speed of, you can go through all the evidence. I posted a link on my other page. You want to go watch it? I'll post a link here. But I think we are in a simulation. The evidence points that direction. Everything makes sense. The speed of light. It's just like we're on a circuit board. We have certain rules, and those rules were written in, and physics is uncovering those rules. We are in a simulation. Please, let's proceed like we're in a simulation. Let's try to find out what the programmer wants. It's his game. It's not your game, or it's her game. And you better hope the programmer ain't a woman. That's all. If the programmer a woman, I need to go ahead and die today. If a programmer is a woman, and like somebody said, she fell asleep and she wake up, oh my goodness, John did the women on this planet. Yeah. 60% of the women in our country gotta take antidepressants to get up in the morning and deal with the rest of us. I mean, come on, shoot. That programmers, you better hope that, I know, some of y'all still playing that race game. You better hope that programmer ain't one of the races you can put in holes and but I guess that's all of them to a degree. But I think we are in a simulation. I think we need to pay more time and attention to what are the rules. What are the rules? I'm not going to convince you I know. I think I know some of them. If you look at all the different interactions with these spiritual creatures, I think little G gods came and tried to hand some rules to people. Don't steal, don't kill, leave people alone, give them sugar, they knock on the door. Yes, that's a commandment. On his grave, by the way, I'm not religious or whatsoever, but Zero Wolf was spot on. All right, Harley. Yeah, Zero Wolf is on. I agree with most of what he's saying. I'm not religious either. I don't know what. I hate the word. I don't think the word exists. I am. I think the closest thing that I am, Harley, might just be spiritual. Like I do think Christ was real. I think Muhammad was real. I think they uncovered and knew how to do some things we didn't. Very few things I think in the scriptures I look at allow to conflict with scientific understandings of our day. And so I don't think that the religions will put me in any of their boxes. And maybe they will, maybe they won't. I don't know. I just believe that you're supposed to seek God. And God is a scientist, a programmer, and we don't know what it is. And I'm not interested in debating with anybody on what it is, because I don't know. What do I know? I'm a 98% monkey. 34 generations ago, Harley, I was swinging from the tree, sniffing somebody's butt, looking for lunch. What the hell do I know? I don't know anything. I know what my parents gave me. So I use my mind today to try to figure out what all this is about. And instead of storming Area 51, storm the Vatican. Look what happened to the Vatican today. It's posted on RT. Is it what happened to the Vatican today? Zero, something happened to the Vatican? Y'all got rid of it? Did somebody go in the basement, get that, 40-some miles or 10 miles worth of books that they stole from the beginning of human civilization that nobody wants to call them up on? The Vatican shouldn't exist. I agree with you. There's nothing in Area 51, but they got millions of books, probably tens of millions of books on, 10 miles of shelving in the Vatican that go back to human history. Some they say were from the Library of Alexandria. That's your history. The billion people I explained that died for you, they wrote them books, and you don't get to read them. All right, let me see. Vatican was on RT. So I don't watch the news, Zero. I try to stay away from it. See, 5 months ago today, Vatican on RT. You got me. Let me see. I need to do a filter for this week. Let me see if something comes up. Bow. You got a link? If you got a link, I think I might be able to click the link here and I can just go to it. Yeah, the vote, Daniel, the vote in the Vatican. But you know what? I appreciate the Storm Area 51ers. I just don't want them to do it. But I appreciate them bringing to light because it's still based in the fact that government's lying about everything. If you're physically going to run at something, you might want to run at that. But you ain't going to get nowhere near no Rockefellers and Rothschilds Area 51. You ain't getting they ain't getting nowhere. I know you thought it was America's. It's not. It's not. Don't work that way. They own America. The American government does not exist. They're all employees for these people. All right. It's their technology. It's not ours. It's like war. Explain. War is a business. It's always been a business. It's never going to stop being a business. Smedley Butler told you that. War is a racket. It's always a business. It's never patriotic. They got flags to fool gullible people who to go and put their life on the line to fight for corporations for a business plan, a business model. Nations don't exist. They haven't existed in a long time. Money makes the world go round. I don't see anything. Wolf, post a link later. I have to look at it. I'd like to know what's going on with the Vatican. Something new. I did a quick search. I didn't see anything. Let it be. Yes, Shuristan. That's a song, isn't it? Let it be and let people be. Let them be. Did Brother Daniel said he never voted, never will, so you killed less people than I have, Daniel. I voted. Well, I indoctrinated. Get out there, make a difference. I made my difference. I voted and got a lot of people murdered. 5 million people killed since 9/11. You ain't never gonna get me out there voting for anybody psychopathic, doing activities in groups that are violating the laws of whatever created this simulation. Thou shalt not murder. Okay? If your project, your business plan involves murder, then I can't go along with you. And they all do. Stop trying to make peace with evil. I don't know what you're talking about, Brother John. Stop trying to make peace with evil. Oh, I know what you're talking about. You're talking about the whole violent revolution, take down the government. Yeah, well, it's not making peace with evil, it's just taking evil's power. Like, where does evil get its power from? In our simulation, where does evil get its power from? People. Usually people who are pissed at you. Not you, but they're pissed at somebody else. And they're scared. They're cowards, right? Like, it's scared people who get behind foul people. You know what I mean? So, how do you beat evil? Yeah, I don't think you beat evil with evil. And I don't think you beat evil necessarily with peace. Peace sounds kind of, you beat evil by taking its power. And that's just the scared people that get behind it. That's how you take down a government. That's how you take down leaders, is you talk. You help the people that enforce it. That's how you get rid of the monster. You take out his legs. You don't go after his teeth. I mean, you can go fight the monster's teeth if you want, but that's never worked out good for us. If the monster doesn't have legs, then it can't do anything. If it doesn't have a tail. And so if you want to take down anything that's evil, all you got to do is take what feeds it. Don't let people feed it. That's not peace. That's just getting people to walk away from it. And the great thing is that I think in this simulation, we were given the rules of walking away. There's all type of scriptures that explain that you're not supposed to be in support of in government at all. You're not supposed to have a leader. You're supposed to have a God, and nobody really knows what the God thing is. And you got simple laws, and if you follow those simple rules, then we get to make it. Vatican bones. What? Search team Orlando. What? Okay, let me see. I guess I can click on that. Harley, you sent that? I can click on that. I'll click on the link. I got to make sure I know it's safe. It's from Google. It's a Google link. I can click on it. Hang on. Wait. Comment thing. It ain't going to let me click on it. I click on it. Let me see where that takes us. Getting the viruses on my PC. I click on the YouTube link. I click on a Google because Google is safe. Google would know everything anyway. Google they know when I brush my teeth, when I shade, they know the drawers. They got naked pictures like the U.S. government. They got everything. These camera phones on Google know everything. I'm not. We don't have to read this. Let me show you what they found. Zero Wolf got us on to something. Look, check this out. Thousands of bones found in Vatican. Search for missing teen. What? Thousands of bones found in the Vatican. Did they close it up? Let's go now. What's this about? Thousands of bones have been found unearthed by forensic experts from two ossuaries within the Vatican as part of an ongoing search for the remains of a missing Italian teen who disappeared in 1983. Forensic workers extracted thousands of bones from the burial chambers that are believed to belong to dozens of people on Saturday. The Vatican did not speculate about who the bones may belong to, but a representative of the family, Emanuele Orlandi, was presented with the extraction when the extraction took place. Bones will now undergo DNA testing to establish their identities, and a Vatican representative said it is impossible to predict how long the analysis will take. However, Emanuele Orlandi brother pointed out that if there's any recent bones among the find, it will be a problem for the Vatican. Oh, problems for the Vatican! I'm for this team Vatican problems. I'm on this. Yes, Zero. I love this. Absolutely. We need problems with the Vatican. We need an investigation. Shut them down. Get that police tape out. Wrap it all around the Vatican. Get all that police tape, and let's get some humans in there and get them books. I agree. This is good. This is good. The search for the daughter of the Vatican clerk who went missing 36 years ago, it was a daughter? Has been fraught with peculiar twists and turns, the latest taking place on July 11th when an anonymous tip-off sparked a search of tombs where two 19th century princesses were believed to be buried. Okay, all right, okay. That's why I said if the programmer all of this is a woman, that's why we in trouble. Job in doing to women. However, the tombs were found to be completely empty with no bones from either the Orlandi nor the two princesses who died in the mid-1800s. Last week, Vatican officials announced that the records show construction work carried out on the cemetery at the end of the 19th century and again about 60 years ago. 60 years ago might have led to the princesses' bones being moved to the ossuary located on the trapdoor of the Pontifical Teutonic College, which flanks the graveyard. I don't know. You look at these things, you don't really know what's going on. I don't know what's going on. I know the criminals, though. I know that. I know the criminals. You shouldn't have a Vatican. You're lying. You're hiding books, ancient history. You kill people, murder people. The whole priest and little boy thing. Like, come on, y'all. Why is anybody even doing this anymore? Why are you still giving them money? Why are they the biggest landholder? I think you take all that land because they're the biggest real estate holder in the world and you give it back to the people. Why? Because that's what their programmer told them to do. But they're not working for the programmer. I'm sorry, they're not. Why? Because when you're working for the programmer, you don't have dead bones. You don't have bones all up under your thing. That's crazy. Children's skeletons in the Vatican. It's crazy, Zero Wolf, but like I said, hang on, let me find my surprise face. Where the hell did I put that? I keep it, Zero Wolf. I keep my surprise face around here somewhere because I ain't never surprised. Nothing surprised. This don't surprise me at all. You can put that surprise. Oh my God, there's bones under the Vatican. You mean to tell me there's somebody that killed 80 million people going back to the Crusades, children, women, and raped them and destroyed them, and the priests and the pontificate, they had all kind of sexual orgies with the children and everything going back, and the hookers and all that, the people, they never listened to the program. You mean to tell me they got some bones under there? No. It doesn't surprise me. Psychopaths do what psychopaths do. And if the model is based in domination, control, destruction, no morals at all, and violating every code, hiding any glitches in the matrix to control the people, that doesn't surprise me at all. The only thing that bothers me, I'll say what bothers me, is we got an FBI, we got a CIA, we got an MI6, we got all these police officers and military who want to do good things. They want to be heroes. They want to help people. They want the crowd to cheer. Same way politicians do. Politicians aren't evil, they're stupid. And they're liars because they came from lawyers and they make careers of lying to people. And they're great at it, a little psychopathic. But they still want to hear people clapping. The biggest problem I have, Zero Wolf, is we can't take all of these people who want to hear people clap and get them to go do good things so people will clap. People don't clap for that. People clap for lies. They clap for the destruction the CIA's been doing and creating drug trafficking and all the drugs in America, they all came from the CIA drug mule routes that they created and set up the cartels between little black kids and little Hispanic kids in the inner community, little white kids in trailer park. And that's why all the drugs get in America, because they make money doing that. You can't convince me they still don't. People clap for it. They're still voting. That's clapping. They still vote for it, so FBI isn't for you. Every now and then they'll go investigate. But do you think there's something that the FBI doesn't know? Here's these questions I ask. Do you actually think that there are any criminals in America, in Britain, anywhere, that they don't actually know what they did? They know everything. The phones are always on. They record everything. They see everything. Jamal Khashoggi done died and they got 32 videotapes of it. Come on, stop playing. Come on, what world do you live in? There's no secrets. They know everything. It's just when you die, who on here? Let me see who I had talked to. Brother Harley, Zero Wolf, Augustine. It's just if Brother Augustine dies, he's not important. They're not gonna look it up. They're not even they're not gonna bother to go in the database. But if it's Jamal Khashoggi, hell yeah, they will. If it's one of the Clintons or Rothschilds or somebody, it wasn't a Rothschild who was supposed to disappear. If it's that, they're no secrets. They know everything. But they use all that information against us, So we could have a beautiful world if we wanted to. This technology's not for us. The chance we live in a base reality is basically nothing. Right. The chance we live in a base reality is basically nothing. It's zero. It's illogical that any of this is real. That we live in a base creatures that create simulations all day long. You got 30 million kids right now writing software to create a simulation. You mean to tell me that we are the first and the best and the greatest and the first, and we live in the base reality, not within somebody's simulation? It's illogical. It's mathematically impossible. That's that same narcissistic, sociopathic, the human's the only thing in the universe, they're the greatest and the best and sliced bread, and we're the first, we're the best, and it's just like, oh my goodness. If we can't get past the psychopathy of being a toddler, what the hell are we doing? Replace religious with objectively aware. Yeah, replace, or you could just say merge the church. I try not to scare religious folk away. I was raised in the church, and I still believe most of the things that were taught, because the things that were taught were fantastic. It's just that when it came to voting, they just threw all that Jesus mess out, and boy, they get out there and they vote for Satan every single time. Yes, the basement, the bones. Okay, Vatican. Yep. That's crazy. That's Smithsonian. I want to see what's hidden there. Yeah, with the Smithsonian, Rebecca, they got it all. They say they got the bones of the giants. They got all the bones from the red-headed people, and they got the bones of the people they found in Latin America that wasn't supposed to be there. Smithsonian hides it all. Remember, and it's not even conspiracy. The kings and lords always hide this. They always hide what they find in the new lands. It's just about control. It's not a conspiracy theory. It's just like war. It's just a business plan. You keep people stupid on their history, you control their future. You posted was here. Yeah, I got that. All right, thank you. All right, South Park, evil. Did I miss anything? I'm trying to make sure I made a comment by everybody. Close the evil castle down. Yeah, close all the evil down. Get rid of all of it, Lord. Just throw it away. Sacrificial children, the Lutheran dance. Daniel, I believe it. They've been doing that since the beginning of time. And the same brain that's in the head of all the psychopaths going way back, doing an act, pagan dances, blood, altar, and all that same brain that's in our head right now. So the idea that our kings and lords and leaders and politicians stop doing that stuff is illogical to me. It's illogical. They're probably still up to it. Why? Because at our level, people doing that nonsense. So the idea at their level, they're not doing it, is just stupid. And they have a lot more power than what we have. Come on. That's crazy. It's crazy, Yvonne. Yep, they found bones of children. That's crazy, but I'm not surprised. So how and why are they letting us talk? They laughing at us intellectuals? Yes, Anthony, yes. It's a video game. It's a simulation. You know what I think? I think that politicians have an issue with us because they're like close to our level. Like they're slaves that are kind of close to us. I think some of these deep state, the FBI, the acronym agents, they're kind of close to our level too, so they care about what we say. But the people that control nations, they don't give two damn. They could kill me and everybody in my state tomorrow. They could press a button probably in 5 minutes. and some sort of death ray or something come out, they'll release some chicken flu, pox, whatever, all this crap they've been working on. There's no need, right? If you have a significant amount of power over all of it, you're fine with the struggle. People can struggle all you want. Like if you build a fence around your yard, I got this garden. Actually, I used to have a big one. And I put this big fence around, and every now and then some rabbits would get in. I didn't care. They'd struggle against me. They'd chew through the galvanized wire because Home Depot lies about that. They don't keep no rabbits out. Damn sure keep no groundhogs out. Not from Pennsylvania. Them thugs, boy, they don't care nothing about your galvanized fencing. Let a little water get on that, little rust settle in, because they probably buy all that crap from China or somewhere else. Once it rubs off, it'll rust, they eat right through it. I'm not worried about a few rabbits. Now you get an army of rabbits. You get a rabbit with some power, a rabbit that can stand up and get like 82,000 rabbits behind him. Yeah, okay. Now I need to take that rabbit out. But you get a couple rabbits in the garden. They're chewing the lettuce, still chewing. Hey, but you're not worried about it. It's my farm. I'm still gonna make a profit. I still got a big garden. I got a lot to eat. So I don't think they care, and they let us talk because we're insignificant. Most people, Anthony, right now, they're about to go out and vote for their enslavement. They're about to go out and pick a new master. I don't know which master I want. Which master you want? I think I want Massa Bernie. I'm gonna pick Massa Trump. I'm kind of leaning toward Massa Biden. I wouldn't let him babysit my children. They're about to pick which Massa they want to run the plantation. So there's no reason for them to care about what anybody here says. You know, and in fact, if anything, we probably help them because we give a sense of hope in the system. And the fact that there seems to be an objective voice, and maybe we will go in a good direction. I think everything's controlled. It's all controlled. All right. Mr. The last one got it here. Exactly. Boop, 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 boop. I appreciate y'all going back and forth. Boom, boom, boom. That's awesome. Let me see. How do you know if they won't look me up? I might be a programmer and you live in my simulation. Oh, this is very true. Augustine could be an alien from Melmacian 7. Damn it, he could be a hacker or the programmer. We don't know. I don't know anything. I just sit back and I'm just enjoying the ride. I'm enjoying the ride. Augustine, I'm in the back seat and I'm just like, where we going, y'all? Where we going? I got the Democrat driving in the Republican drive. Where we going? Oh, we going to death? Okay, all right, I'm just look out the window and take pictures all the way on the way, because this is, we're all in the same car, we all gonna die together, and they just seem like they just want to drive us off a cliff, so so we're gonna do the Thelma and Louise thing. I'm just enjoying the ride. I don't know who was who. Could be some aliens watching. Yeah, I could be an alien. That's maybe why I don't care, because I'm from planet 7 Centauri 5, damn it. I'm just here I'm on vacation. I'm just here watching. My UFO has got a cloaking device and I'm just watching everybody like, yeah, what y'all up to? I'm here to get a couple selfies, and just before y'all die, I'm be like in the movie Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy. Just before everybody die, put the towel around my neck. When the ships come down, go get in my ship. All right, I can get out of here. Y'all gotta go. We don't know anything. But I do think that this is a simulation. It makes good sense. There are a bunch of good documentaries on civil simulation theory, but it fits. It fits with what I see. All right, I gotta get going. Let me see. I'll keep my green card. Yes, Jane, keep your green card, because when this planet is done, when they're finished burning it up, destroying Eden, because they don't want to be stewards, we're gonna have to fly the hell out of here. So I see you back on Alpha Centauri 7. I'm out. It's Gerard. Love y'all now. Bye-bye.